They outscored 30-14. Obviously, I think Bowden getting his fourth foul early in the stand helped it. But what do you think allowed you guys to explode like that?
Well, Danny Connors had 14 points in that quarter. So when he came out, we kind of went to Danny, and he came through big time. I mean, he made some good moves on the offensive end with his back to the hoop. He also he got a couple of rebounds, putbacks, and he just played. I thought he played really hard. I really did. You know. Also, when they started pressing us a little bit differently. We had seen them do it before, and they kind of began the face guards. We went to something a little bit differently, and we were getting like odd man breaks, and Danny got layups, and we were able to exploit that at that time.
You're talking about that 2-on-2 is what you're talking about?
Yeah. They would call it like bulldogging, and we were able to just kind of exploit it a little bit. Well, it seemed to work. I mean, I don't know if we exploited it, but it did work. So.
Well, you didn't turn the ball over against a team like that.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
And they make you play at such a rapid pace. Like, giving up 70 points. Like when we went into the game, we said, "Oh, if this game's in the 60s, 70s, we lose." And it wasn't our goal to play up in that level, that high a point score. But they make you do that. They make you run. And for a minute there, I thought they had us because then when they cut it to 13, they had the dunk. We were tired, and our kids, for the most part, like Eric Martin, those kids, they never get tired. They were tired tonight. They were one down. So even with a minute left, we called the timeout just because I thought Eric was going to pass out. So just to get him some water and get him back in there.
The third quarter, in addition to Connors, was kind of sneaky, but Vinny Clifford. Kind of sneaky, hits a couple threes, making another jumper or something. And how much does that help to have just that one more guy to make shots for?
Well, it's that extra kid. I mean, we played 6 guys, 5 of them were in double figures. So I mean, it makes it really difficult when you have 5 scorers on the floor at one time. Makes it difficult. And Vinny really had himself a nice night tonight. Like he played. It wasn't just threes like that came off ball reversals or driving kicks. He actually made a real nice move to the hoop. He had a layup down there that was. It's one thing to make a layup, but when you have the kid Hilaire, who's 6'6", can jump through the roof, and you're still finishing, I was pretty impressed with him. I was pretty happy with him.
Hilaire, I mean, he made a comparison to Keandre as well.
He's going to be him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's freaky how quick he gets up off the floor. I mean, I don't know if he jumped as high as Keandre. I've never in my life seen anyone jump as high as Keandre, ever. I mean, I know you've covered him a million times. I've never seen it, but he's pretty close. He's only a sophomore. That team is loaded for the next couple of years. I mean, besides Bowden, they're all Freddie Hogan's a junior, and everyone else is a sophomore freshman that contributes.
And those guards are difficult to match up with too, with Hogan and
Rosario. And it's a nightmare. I caught myself at times thinking like we weren't doing enough to slow them down. So then we tried doubling off. They were inbounding on the ball, and the pace sped up, but we were scoring, and at that point you say to yourself, okay, well, why? Just go with it.
You guys are at a 4-point game at the half. I mean, were you secretly kind of happy you were in a game at the half and to see what you could do in the second half?
No. People say it to me, they're like, "Oh, you got to play." So I don't want to ever. I don't. I'd like to take care of business, but no, I'm sure. Like in hindsight now, it's a good thing. But at that point, when they went on the run to end the second half. Then the kid Freddie Hogan hits the 3 to cut it to 4. And I'm like, here we go. And we missed 12 foul shots in the first half. So you're saying to yourself, oh, God. I forget what we went, but we missed.
11 for 23.
Yeah, it was something bad, so.
The way the game played out, you have a little more size in your backcourt. They probably have a little more quickness, but the quickness didn't bother you as it turned out in the game, offensively or defensively. I mean, obviously they had their moments, but on the other hand, you guys managed it.
No, that's a great point. I mean, Eric Martin doesn't appear to be as quick as he is, but he's quick. I mean, he's fast, he's quick. I mean, obviously he's a soccer player first. He's not a traditional basketball player, but he gets things done out there. And he's handled pressure, from in preseason scrimmages. He handled New Mission, he handled Brighton, who I know, Brennan's familiar with them, and they're. I'm not saying that but that pressure they put on you was like Lynn English's. So that was something. And when he handled that, I thought we were in good shape. I mean, we're going to turn it over. I mean, he turned it over against them. Obviously, they're so athletic and such good teams. But I was pretty happy with the way he played.
How important was conditioning in your game planning for these guys this week?
It's huge. I mean, we're blessed with Eric because he's a soccer player that can run for legitimately ever. Forever. And our other kids are just used to. It's a philosophy I've had. It's like due to a lack of, I think, good coaching. Like I'm focusing on the game. I don't think I have the mind capacity to go past 6 guys. Like, you know, it's like, it's a fault, but I mean, it's like, it's 6 guys, and, you know, and that's how it is.
So they're not coming out. They're not going to come out.
For the most part, yeah. And then it changes stuff, and we get a little bit of foul trouble. It changes the way we play, which, you know, we tried going, to protect ourselves, we tried going a little bit of a 1-3-1 once, and they hit a 3. We got out of that quickly. We tried a few different things, but full court man-to-man ended up being the thing that, I don't want to say worked, but and he scored 70 points, but...
And that was my point earlier. Doing that full court man-to-man when you have like a Rosario being guarded by Bates, maybe you know, maybe it happens from time to somebody like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was an exact matchup at one point, but it seemed like it might have happened.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely was.
I mean, that's a strange matchup.
It is. Yeah. It is. But at that point, it's something we had to do. We felt that Nick McKenna would be better suited on Collins. It was a better matchup there. And Eric had cover Hogan. And then we switched him, and Eric did cover Rosario, and we tried to deny Hogan. I mean, they have so many weapons. They're young, but they're going to be, wait till next year. I mean, loaded.
Since you were running those third quarters to get Connors some looks there, where did you think you were able to exploit Lynn English to get him open?
I just thought the cross screen underneath, because when Vinnie Clifford's coming to set it, they have to, after Vinnie Clifford sets the initial screen, when he gets to the corner, it's almost like, you know, if you don't switch it, Vinny's going to get an open look in the corner, which he did. He actually hit a couple threes certain times, and that makes it so you have to know where he is at all times. And if not, Danny Connors is coming to the back, you know, like a little bit of like it's like a flex cut. It's kind of like a flex cut, but it's set by the point guard at the top, and then they have to decide to whether to go out on Vinny or to go on Danny.